Be blessed by the divine. May the Almighty force and our Guru protect us, guide us, lead us, support us day and night at all times, in all places, and in all our duties. Good evening, folks. I hope today you had a good time. The goal of this session is to quickly understand our financial astrology strategy and how it worked and how it is continuing to work and where we can learn and where we can improve, what are the failure points, etc. Definitely not a class where I want you to start taking trade based on this. Okay, please talk to your technical analyst before technical advisor, investment advisor before going forward on this. I had mentioned in our Telegram channel that today between 9:15 and 10:50, monitor the market opening on April 9, 29 for a potential gap down or a bearish trend until 10:15 a.m. and 10:15 to 1:50 possible mild recovery in the market after 10:50 if the market has been bearish or flat until that time, and after 1:50 be cautious of a potential pull down or a bearish trend if the market has been bullish in the previous period, and the last 10-20 minutes a possible swing up to capture closure gamma blast by option players. But this I was certainly not very confident of, but I was very curious to know, particularly this particular swing up was something that I was very much keen on. Okay, let's now look at what happened in the market. I'll take the 10-minute chart just for our understanding. And let's go to the morning. So the morning opened with a gap up, actually around 140 points up from the previous day. And within about 10 minutes, it started losing whatever it has gained. Patal, Hamal, it fell. What did we say? We said that possible monitor the background. Then if there's a potential gap down or a bearish trend until 10:50. So we really expected that this was going to be a sell on rise market. So that's essentially what we are able to see. Screen, please. Okay, hold on a second, sir. Let me just show you all of it. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. So we did mention today in our Telegram channel that 9:15 to 10:15, this is going to be a sell on rise, and after that it is going to be a buy on dip, and then potential bearish again. And then the last few minutes we could have a possibility of a gamma blast on the upside. Okay. Why did we say all of this? Because of uh, the moon transit as such. We saw that the day started 7:30 a.m. itself in the morning. Moon was in Saturn sub, and at 10:51, Moon was transiting into Mercury sub in Kritika Nakshatra in Taurus. At 1:51, we were seeing that it was shifting into Ketu sub. Around 3:05, it was shifting into Venus sub. So the potential for all of these planets to give some effect was there. So here it was, the market opened with, it was a mild up opening, 324,370, but it quickly went up to 24,455 and then started falling from there. And just in a matter of about 15 minutes or so after it opened, 9:15 to 9:25, it went up 9:25 to 9:35, it fell down 9:35 to 9:45, it lost everything that it has gained. And from there, it has been struggling to go up. And we had drawn this resistance level here. This we have seen this resistance level for the last few days. For the last 5 days, Nifty has been attempting to breach this level of 24,350 level. And we have also seen this fall from end of October and seen this fall from end of November. So it's been a very strong resistance as such that we have seen. Even today, if you really see that it has been lingering around that particular area only. Every time it attempted to go up, for instance, the 9:55, it tried to go up to 24,396. The next candle, next candle, next candle fell down way below 24. 314. Okay. So again, it attempted to go up 1105. Again, it fell down. Again, it went up and moved sideways. Now, let's look at what happened at around 1050. At 1050. Okay, there you go. So at around 1035, at 1050, Nifty attempted to go up. Nifty attempted to go up. This was the 1050 slide here. It was the low of 24,317 and it closed at 24,330. Again, only 13 points up. The next one went up by around 21 points. The next one went up by around 4 points, but it couldn't cross this resistance level. Okay, it couldn't cross. Typically, Kritika Nakshatra is not a very highly favorable nakshatra for Indian stock market. Sun nakshatras are not necessarily very powerful unless moon was opposed by a planet like Mars, for instance. About 9 days ago, um, moon was in Uttarashada Nakshatra, Sun Nakshatra, but it was opposed by Mars. So the market went up by around 1%, 1.2% also. Today there was no such thing. So we did not see this sustaining bull run here. So it again kind of became somewhat bearish and it fell. Okay, so again at 150. So again, if you really see here at around 150, nothing drastic happened, but at around 205, market fell down. 215, it fell down by 8 points, and then by another 13 points, mild recovery, another fall, and closed at around 24,325. It's been a practically a dull day except for this nice run here, which captured close to around 50 points or so from 1225 onwards. 1225 went up 16 point, then 11, then 16, and then 10. So it's probably around 50 point up, and that's pretty much got lost during the course of the day itself. So it's been not a fantastic day for anybody today. Perhaps it was the option sellers who were controlling the market, except for that initial volatility. Not much volatility actually came in the market. Could we have made money in a market like this? So I did some experiments, okay, and just wanted to show you the experiment that I did so that you can understand how actually it works. All right, now here is my one-click window. I use one click for my trading. It's a very nice window that I have. So I made around 1,756 rupees on a balance of 16,000 rupees. Obviously, I don't trade, but I wanted to check whether, in spite of being what it was today, was it really possible to do trading? Okay, so this was what was the target that we took. Okay, just look at all of this. Just show you everything in a single screen and why I did what I did today. Okay, and I also show you how to do and just a small scalping like 2 lots, 5 lots. I mean, this is about 10 lots. This is around 2 lots, and everything was profitable for me. Not a single one was not profitable. So I entered at around 62 rupees, exited at around 83 rupees. Entered, this was the last part of it, 18 rupees I entered. This is the first one is a P. As you can see here, the first one is a second, please. The first entry was a put option here. And then the next two entries were the call options as such. So the goal was to try and see how we can go on both sides based on astrological terms and try and see if we can capture a small gamma. We are interested in only gamma. We're not interested in a big alpha and things like that. 20 points, 30 points is something fantastic for us. So here, if you really see here, this was the first thing in the morning that I did. I decided that at around whatever time frame that the market was going to go down, we decided that, right? We decided, okay, let's just go to whatever we decided according to the market here or Telegram channel here. So we knew that the market was going to be somewhat bearish in the morning and then bullish and then bearish, although we did not see a massive fall and a massive going up. This was sufficient for you to capture. A 20-point blast is like approximately 30%, 35%, which is very good, right? So it was only a small lot. It was nothing great, only 880 rupees booked on a lot of what, two lots. So we are talking around 40 into approximately, let's say, 62 rupees. So we are talking 2,480 rupees. This was the trade risk. Okay, this was the trade risk. And what did we capture? We captured approximately 22 rupees into 40, 880 rupees profit, right? That's pretty good. So this is very good. 200 and 2,480 rupee trade risk and captured 880 rupees is good. Now again, this is not you would want to trade. I am doing this because I wanted to show you that you can combine astrologically what is necessary and then you can capture a quick blast and then exit. All of these were based on two things. One was based on my astrological analysis. The other one is, of course, the technical analysis. So let me quickly show you what was the actual analysis that I did so that you can understand next time if you want to do trading on a larger time frame. I really do not recommend option scalping. Super risky. You can, especially option buying, can be extremely risky for you to lose your money. So I don't want you to try this on your own without having sufficient experience of, let us say, around 100 trades on your own. You should take 100 trades on your own. Then only it would make a lot of sense for you to do that. Okay. So let's take the trade here, right? If we take the trade here, the first trade that we talked about was 110 to 128, right? Buy 20, sell 84, and buy 103, sell. Then 40, 83, sell. Okay. So each one was a mild scalping that we talked. We'll take this one. This was taken around 145. What was the thing here? Uh, 8,000 80,400 PE. So this is the same thing, 80,400 PE. The entry was made at around 149. Exit happened around 157. Why did I do that? Because we discussed here. We discussed here. Be cautious of a pull down, right? A bearish trend is possible. So because of that, I said I will experiment and see if it is possible to capture a quick gamma blast here, right? So which is why I took that. I'm just showing you proof so that you guys understand that I am actually experimenting, right? I also experimented here. I did not succeed. I entered at 12 rupees and I exited at around 8 rupees there, and it was a 100 five lots. Okay, just before that, I have made a 5 rupee. This is nothing again, it's a 20%, but not something that I'm very proud of. I don't want you to do this. I myself may not do this every day. I may do this very rarely for me to see that I can experiment on this and try and see what I can do. Okay, now, why did I enter a 62? Why did I exit at 83? Let's try and understand that logic. At 149.41. Okay, at 149.41. Okay, let's go to the 149. Okay, you see this at around 149. At around 149 here, the price was reaching 148 to 151. This is a 148 to 151 candle, 1 hour 48 minutes after noon to 151 candles. And the price was swinging between 56 and 64. It opened at 60, went down to 56, went high to 64, closed at 60. So at around this price, I entered. Around 60, I decided I will enter. Okay. When I entered, I knew what was my target. I knew what was my target. I knew what was my uh, exit criteria. Okay, I knew what was my stop loss. My stop loss will be on the Bollinger Band low plus ATR. My stop loss was 42 rupees, 40 around 44 rupees, 45 rupees, let us say. Entering around 60, my stop loss was 45 minus the ATR was 20. So we are talking around 25. My stop loss was 25. Then I said, okay, that is an aggressive stop loss. So we are talking around a good fall of around 35, 40 rupees. And that's too much to risk on a 2,400 capital. So I decided that 45 itself, the Bollinger Band, the low end would be my stop loss. So 45 was my stop loss. So 15 rupee stop loss was what I was keeping for myself. And my target, the first target was the Bollinger Band midpoint right here. This was the Bollinger Band midpoint right here. And that level was 80 rupees. 80 rupees was my target. Okay. And the second target was the higher end of the Bollinger Band, which I was not very confident of reaching because the market was very dull. The higher range was around 118, 120. So understand how I am sizing. First of all, my capital, my total capital is 16,000 rupees and my risk capital was 2,400 rupees. So I am not risking more than 15% of my capital. Okay, so this is all I am risking, right, as my capital. And in that, I am putting another around 15% as my uh, risk stop loss. So entered around 60 rupees, stop loss around 45 rupees. So I'm talking around 15 rupees potential loss. And the target as per Bollinger Band, the mid of Bollinger Band was around 80. This is the target 1 and target 2 was high of Bollinger Band 120 rupees. So this was a clear trade plan that I had, absolutely clear trade plan that I had. And I did not want to wait for the market to go up to 120. I knew that if it was going to fall, I will exit at that particular price that I have set for myself. So therefore, what did I do? I entered at 61 and it went, I trailed as a stop loss. I was trailing. So this is the beauty of one click. I love this. I profusely thank the OA Pulse and Shiva team for building this beautiful tool. This was a trailing stop loss. Okay. And it hit at 83.80. It hit at 83.80 and I exited from the trade, which is perfectly fine. Okay. It went up to 87.35. So I was trailing very closely around 4 points, 5 points. I was trailing. So it went up to there, but in the next candle, as it came down to 83.80, it exited from there. And from there, of course, the market had been going down. Fair enough, even though it went down, it did come back. It did come back at 2:30. It came back and touched 106 rupees. Okay. And then finally at around 3:18, it came and touched, as you can see here, it came and touched 122 rupees. So eventually the PE trade also met my second target of the day of rupees 120. But I did not want to hold the PE trade till end of day. Why? Because 3:05 p.m. the trend was going potentially going to reverse, and I had already marked that and kept, and I have said that before 3:05 we must try and exit. I don't want to do anything, hold a PE trade after 3:05. So this particular 120 rupees actually hit at 3:18 p.m. Okay. And the swing up started around 3:15. So that's certainly not my game plan at all. So what I'm showing you here, folks, is clearly what was going to happen for me as per a trade. So what am I trying to show here? Number one, my trade setup is always decided 1 day in advance. Okay, my overall trade setup. Will I enter a trade? Will I exit a trade? It is decided. For instance, tomorrow's trade, I already know my tomorrow's trade. Tomorrow's trade plan is already written down by me today. We need to do that. We need to make sure that we can reach that level of planning. That is point number one. Point number two, my entry instrument. What is the script that I'm going to enter? My entry level, my exit level, position sizing, capital at risk, my stop loss, target, all decided a few minutes before entry. Okay, the instrument is decided today itself. I will not decide tomorrow. Yesterday, I have decided I'm going to experiment on SENSEX today. So tomorrow's instrument is decided today itself. I don't want to show you that plan today because I don't want you to be a gambler and start doing the same thing. I am doing some uh, testing. That's why it's important. I'm doing testing because I want to teach you. I'm interested in teaching rather than being a trader because I don't have so much time to sit in front of the terminal and trade, right? And even if I'm going to 100x my 16,000 rupees over a period of next, say, 5 years, 100 times if I make it, I'm still going to make only 16 lakh rupee. If I teach, my students will profit and I will get a small percentage of that as my education fees. So I am not interested in trading. That is not my fundamental reason for success, but I still want to show you practically how to apply what I am teaching you for your success. If your capital is much larger, of course, you can make significantly larger amount of profit with this system. Okay. Now, my entry level, exit level, position sizing, capital at risk, and stop loss target, most of it is decided a few minutes before entry. No impulse trading. Never planned trading method. That's it. No impulse trading at all, right? And exit precise. So what is important is follow the trade setup. Never break the rules. Follow the discipline of trading. Always follow the discipline of trading. Why am I doing this? Why am I teaching you guys all of this? The only scalable element in trading is the trade setup. Okay, trade setup or the process is scalable. Nothing else is scalable. If I can do it with 15,000 rupees today, okay, I can take it to 10 times lakh and 50,000 rupees tomorrow. I can take it to 1,50,000 rupees and 1 month later. And I can take it to 15 lakh later, or I can even take it to 1 crore 50 lakhs much later after a year or so. It is possible for me to do this. But if I don't have a trade setup, if I don't have a process, it becomes impossible to scale up. Now, when I follow, first of all, use paper trading to perfect your trade setup. Once you have done it, then use it. Then trade with your real money. Start small. Ideally, start with a capital that you can afford to lose. Supposing that 16,000 rupees, out of the 16,000 rupees, my stop loss was 15% of the risked capital. My risk capital was 2,500 rupees. So I was willing to lose not more than 360 rupees in a trade. My target was 720 rupees. So you see how I'm working? I'm working with 1:2 risk reward ratio. And if I lose, I'm going to lose 360 rupees, which is I can afford to lose it because it's just like an auto rickshaw charge from one place to another place. Or if I go take a coffee or if I have drink a tea in Starbucks, it's going to cost me 350, 400 rupees. So I can afford it. So you need to learn to risk a capital that you can afford to lose. You should be willing to write it off for the initial days. But even that, I don't want you to take unless you do paper trading, perfect your trade setup for 100 trades. That will give you your position sizing and what is the capital you can risk. And therefore, you will look at your risk reward ratio. Okay, guys. Now, with this information, okay. Now, Prakash, what I'm showing you is not mock trading sites. This is real trading. Okay, it is real trading. What I'm showing you is real money. Okay, this is not mock trading, but I want you to do mock trading. Do it in an Excel sheet or do it in a diary. It is enough. You don't need any fancy software to do a mock trading and things like that. Okay, you write down what is your entry, what is your stop loss, what is your lot size, etc. Okay, let's now look at tomorrow. Let's first look at the position of the planets tomorrow. While it is doing, let's go and pull the chart for tomorrow. Okay, right. So tomorrow is 29th. 29th of April. So there you go. Okay, 29th of April, 9:15. Okay, this is today, right? 29th of April is today. So tomorrow is actually 30th of April. Sorry about that. Okay, 30th of April 2025. Moon will be in Rohini Nakshatra in Taurus. Moon will be in Rohini Nakshatra in Taurus. Moon, Star Lord. Rohini Nakshatra is ruled by Moon. So Moon is quite weak during the course of the day. So tomorrow will be sluggish to sell on rise market, likely to be. Okay. I have so far not seen in the last, I started my research in November 2023. Okay. Now we are talking April 2025. So we are talking around 17 months of research. Okay. I can tell you, Moon in Rohini star, I have hardly seen it to be a buy on dip market. So it is usually not a bullish market. Okay. So this is what is the overall thing is. But if you look at the other planets, Venus has completely moved away from Rahu. It's no more conjoined with Rahu, but Saturn is still in the grip of Rahu. Mercury has gone far away into Mercury's own nakshatra. Sun continues to be in Venus nakshatra. Jupiter continues to be in Mars nakshatra, Margashira, which is very good. Mars itself is in the Pushya Nakshatra. Ketu continues to be in Uttara Palguni Nakshatra. So nothing much is changing from today to tomorrow, but Moon is shifting into Rohini Nakshatra. So the market is likely to be weak tomorrow. All right. Now let's take a look at our Amber Jain's beautiful almanac that he has prepared. On the day when the market starts, from 7:10 a.m. onwards, Mercury sub, which is a decent positive sub for the market. So either the market will be gap down and then goes up, or it will be gap up and stays up. Okay, potential is there for tomorrow. Okay, Mercury sub in Moon star can cause this. So we can't really decide what is going to happen. Possibility of a fall itself is there. But around 10:11 a.m., Ketu sub is coming. So a fall, a bearish pullback is possible around 10:11 a.m., right? Give or take a few minutes here and there. Then we are seeing Venus around 11:27. So potential for a pull back up to a bullish is possible. But around 3 o'clock, we're again seeing a sun. So another fall is possible at that time. I wouldn't want to bet or hope too much on this because tomorrow is SENSEX Nifty expiry. So tomorrow's expiry, I have no idea how the 3 o'clock trade will be. So this is too much of a hope for us to depend on. I wouldn't want to depend on it. It depends entirely on the entire day. But these are the two times that I will be very keenly observing the market. Will the market start a bearish fall? Will the market start a recovery pullback bull there? Now, let's combine this with the analysis of Nifty. Technical analysis we will take. Okay. Now we have seen that throughout today, not only today, for several days now. Okay, so you can see even on 25th of April, okay, and on 28th of April, right, and on 29th of April, the market has been getting hit very badly. It is unable to break the 24,359 market. And we know that previously the market had fallen by about 250 points or so, and it came down to the resistance level, a support resistance level turned out to be a support level, what double top resistance. It broke out of it earlier, and therefore it is appearing to be a resistance level. Okay, and we are seeing that there is a kind of a convergence that is happening. MA20 is almost equal to MA50, not a great sign. So this is indecisive trend. So we don't know whether it is bullish or bearish. Okay, this is an indecisive trend from at least my perspective. I will call it like that. The difference is only 20 points, too small. Okay, now we will look at the ADX. Today, when the 1 hour market ended, the DI positive is 28.78. DI negative is 19.25, and the ADX is actually 25.75. So on the, and it has fallen down. See, this is actually going down, trending down. This is trending down. Why am I saying that? You see this blue line that I am showing you here. The blue line was all the way here. Okay. Somebody is trying to annotate. Pile, don't annotate, please. I have disabled annotation. Okay, now, if you see this, I will mark this in blue so that you understand here. So from all the way up there, it has fallen all the way down here. So the blue line is tending to go down from here to here. Okay, so that's not a good sign. But we also see that the bear line is going down. DI minus is going down. Actually, the DI plus is going up, right? So possibility on a 1 hour chart, market is losing its bear grip and slowly gaining on the bull grip. But the problem is the continuous inability of the market to pierce through 24,350 level. This is a serious issue that we need to consider. Let's go back one time frame above to day chart. If you look at the day chart here, we see MA20 is at 23,493. MA50 is at 23,006. Good. So this is a bullish trend that we are seeing. But danger here is Nifty is way above 23,493. Way above. Okay, so that's not nice. It's almost 1,000 points more than the 23 to 493 for us to go ballistically bullish. Okay, so this is a be careful kind of a warning sign. Okay, now what about the ADX indicator here? Now this is interesting. Now this is be careful, don't trade. So this is a be careful, don't go long or short. Okay, so definitely don't go long at this point of time. No point in going and doing SIP, systematic investment plan, in Nifty at this level. No point in buying Nifty Bs at this level today, right? Now you look at the ADX. The DI positive is at 36.66, which is good. Very strong bullish momentum is there. DI minus is at 24.11. Okay, this is like the bears are not giving up yet. They're slowly giving up. They're saying, okay, I think the bulls are getting strong, so I don't want to really do too much about it. But is there a strong trend that we are seeing, 22.97. Now, this is also a no trade zone. This is also a no trade zone. So we are seeing that astrologically, we cannot no long position possible tomorrow. That is 30th April 2025. Okay, likely to be sluggish or bearish tomorrow or sell on rise tomorrow, right? Technically also, okay, no long position is possible on daily time frame. However, on daily time frame, right, there is strength of the bulls gaining momentum. Okay, we can see this is happening. Okay, now let's look at the RSI just so that we understand the volatile, this one, the momentum indicator. Okay, yes, RSI on a daily time frame is 71, slightly overbought. So that means there is a tendency for the market to cool down a bit. But on an hourly time frame, though, the market has actually cooled down to 50.99. Anything around 50 above is still bullish trend. So this is an indecisive market. We will have to wait and see what the market is going to do tomorrow to decide what we can do on the subsequent days. Okay, so this is for tomorrow. So very clearly we are seeing what the market is attempting to do. Let's take a look at the 2nd of May 2025. Thursday is a holiday, May 1st and 2nd of May. Where is Moon? Moon in Arudra Nakshatra, Rahu star. Rahu is traditionally has been a highly positive planet, and Arudra particularly is a very, very positive planet for Indian stock market. And Rahu itself is well posited in the Jupiter sign, the Jupiter star. Jupiter also has been fairly positive for the Indian market. Okay. So let's anyway take a look at the 1st of May, 2nd of May 2025. Okay. So if we look at the almanac on the 2nd of May 2025, we are finding that when the market starts, when the 2nd of May, why am I going to 2nd of June? 2nd of May. There we go. Okay. On 2nd of May 2025, when the day starts around 9:15, we are seeing moon in the sun sub. Okay? And then moon will be in moon sub, then the Mars sub. So if there is a gap up opening, a further gap up is possible only after 11:34. So between 11:34 and 12:54 is when we can hope to see Nifty potentially crossing over, and we hope to see this crossing over 24,359. Of course, if tomorrow the market gets beaten down all the way down to this level, then it has to come back here, and then from there it needs to break out of this. If it breaks out of this, of course, then we can clearly see that the Nifty has a clear passage all the way up to 24,764. Another around 400 points can come. Next week, though, there are minimum 2 days of bearish days we are seeing, and then only the market will attempt to scale up. I do not expect Nifty to touch 24,764 in the next 10 days or so. I don't expect it to happen, but subsequent week, there is a possibility of it touching 24,764 and hitting a resistance. This is my overall analysis, but I haven't done deeper analysis on this, and I don't want you to take a trade based on what I have given you. This is all for education and testing purposes only. Please talk to a qualified financial advisor. None of what I'm telling you today is investment suggestions or financial advice. This is not a financial advice. So please do not take a trade based on this. All right, guys, and I hope this has been a useful information for you. And I hope this will help you to protect your capital and multiply it in innovative and creative days. Okay, creative ways in the future. All the very best to you guys. Any doubts, any questions, anyone, you can raise your hands and I'll help you to unmute yourself and talk to me. Okay, Astro Maha, doubt about Venus Nakshatra, Bharani, Puram, Puradam, when moon transits into these as compared to Puram, Puradam, which are not as good as Mars. I don't understand your question at all, Astro Maha, but yes, all the three planets are, all the three nakshatras are favorable for Indian stock market. Okay, there is no relative negativity there in that. All right. Okay. Prakash Shastri, please unmute.
Yeah, this OI Impulse,
Uh,
sorry, the platform that
wait,
you're using,
yeah,
OI Pulse, you
yeah.
think this is the best platform
I
across
don't know.
many others?
I don't know, sir. I'm not even a trader, sir. Don't ask me, sir.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay, you
Because I
decide.
found the
Talk to other
features very
traders.
good.
This is useful for essentially scalpers, options traders, option buyers, or option sellers will find the OI pulse to be highly useful. Not very useful for stock trading. You want to buy and sell stocks, then OI pulses. I don't think it'll be very useful. I have never tried it. I don't know, but
No,
it is
no, it's
essentially
giving
useful
very
for
good
options.
information about the time of the trade, what I saw, and
That anybody will give you. Your
no, no,
Zerodha
some
also will give
platforms do not give the time of the trade.
you. It'll give you
God
only
knows
in
for what
your
reason.
it'll be in your trade log. 100% it'll be there. All of them give. It may
Okay.
not be easily accessible for you, but definitely it'll be useful. But this, the beauty of this OA pulse is I love the trailing stop loss mechanism, which is automated. When I take a trade, I can just simply go ahead and put a trade. For instance, I go here, I just say I buy a call. Okay. When I buy a call, I can put a trailing top stop loss here. Okay. I can just put it. I can say that this is my this thing, this is my target. I can also put an NTM stop loss and I can put a trail and I can say set auto trailing. So it will keep trailing my profits. Okay. And if it comes to my trailing stop loss, it will exit automatically. I don't have to execute the order at all. Right? I can also set it up here. I can say that my predefined stop loss, let's say, is 50 and my target is 100. I can set it up right there. It's a beautiful system. I love it because it's useful for this thing. Of course, this says that you can also do it for equity positions. I have never tried it for equity, so you can try it if you really want. Okay, but it's a very beautiful system, sir, no doubt. All right, guys, take care of yourself. I will see you tomorrow in the market roundup class. Be blessed by the divine. May the Almighty force and our Guru always be there with you. Warrior.